All right, how's it going, traders? Welcome to Crypto Emergency Meeting. Today is the 14th of April 2026, and I currently have my Monday's range marked out right here on the screen. So Monday's candle has just closed, and I marked out my level right here, range low, the range high, and you already know that what we'll be looking out for is a close back into the range and then we short. However, this week it's going to be a little bit different, and the reason is because there's a higher time frame POI just above the Monday's range. So what that means is that we're not just going to be looking at the sweep of liquidity over here, or here. We're also going to be looking out for this level. So we're going to be looking at BTC testing this level and then having a market structure shift on the 15 minutes, on the 1 hour, and then also close inside this range, and then we can now look for that short trade. Ultimately, we'll be looking out for shorts. Already it's been a good week because there was a long trade that took us from this level right here to this level, and also there's a short trade coming up. There's short setup forming on the higher time frame, and that short is going to be between $75,000 to $76,000. However, if we flip this resistance and then it becomes a support, so here's what I mean. Let's say we come here, we take out this liquidity here, we have a push down, we have a push back up, and then we flip this level, come into the $80,000 mark, and then we continue to see strength in the market. That means the next level we're going to be looking out for is going to be this level, which is the $88,000 mark for the next shorts. So we're going to be looking out for this, and then I would see how it goes from there. So that's the summary in a nutshell of what I'm going to be looking out for. First level for a short, $76,000, and it is most likely we're going to get that short because the market is bearish. There's been a lot of strength in the market despite all the news and the war between USA and Iran. However, we're not looking to extend that strength. We just think the market is trying to push into this region where it looks bullish before it takes the next leg down. So you already know what happens on BTC is going to play out throughout the entire crypto market, and on Uni we're going to be expecting to see the same thing play out. So this is the Uni chart. For Uni, we're going to be expecting that the market push back up this way into this resistance. So with a similar setup with BTC, and maybe a little bit up before we see the breakdown back into the range. I'm going to be taking a short once I see the shift around this region. I'm not going to wait until it breaks back into the range, but if you want to be safe, you wait until it breaks back into the range, retest, and then you short from here. The same thing with SUI. On SUI, I already set the limits order, so I'm expecting that SUI continues to move up just like the rest of the crypto market. So SUI is currently here, Monday's range marked out, and then I'm expecting it to go back up this way before we see that move back down. So I'm going to be taking a short on SUI around this level. What can happen is that it comes to this region. So what can happen is that it comes to this region, it comes here, I get tapped in, and then it does this, comes back here, does this before it does this. So it's not like it's gonna be a very smooth trade where you just take it all in and hold and then it goes straight to your TP. There's gonna be a lot of ups and downs along the way. But if I get taken, if my limit order gets taken, I'm gonna hold this trade till we come down here. If it's confirmed that the trend has shifted and we're going down, I'm gonna hold this trade. It doesn't matter what happens. Usually, if I get in this kind of trade and then it comes here, I'll take profit, and then I want to catch it again when it comes back here. But this time around, I'm just gonna hold it, and we'll see where it leads me to. So the same setup is forming on Sol. So at this point, patience is what is required of us, because Sol can also do this, come to this level right here before it begins to go down. The reason is because there's a higher time frame point of interest. There's an FVG, there's a other block up here. So Monday's range is not just going to play out. The markets would want to come to these areas of value, these points of interest, to take up orders. AIXBT, same thing. So again, we'll be looking out for pushback up this way, and then before we have that fall back in. Tau is the only coin that's currently different right now. Every other coin is trying to push up, but Tau has just been down. He already made his rally, and then he had this break. This is a very strong break, daily break, and it's not even trying to retest this level before it comes down. It's just coming down. It's just either staying stagnant or coming down, and that tells you something about Tau, that it's very bearish right now. It's on a support. This support is gonna hold for the next day, depending on what BTC does. So if BTC goes to 76, this guy is just gonna hover around here, and once BTC begins to come down, this guy is gonna break. So I already drew something similar there. So Tau is gonna be a very good shot for Diamond's hands if you're willing to hold Tau and not panic out of your position. But if you want to be safe, it's better to just wait for it to break this level, and then you come here. Although by that time you're gonna have a lower risk to reward. Wow, 27%. That was massive. That's still very large, but if you enter from here, 35%. Guys, Tau is gonna be a very good swing trade. I'm gonna take Tau with a very little position and hold it. Seriously, I'm gonna do that. Let's see on the 4-hour time frame. So why BTC is trying to go up, my expectation is that Tau is just going to do something like this, maybe something like this. This is going to be the level to enter Tau. Anywhere around here, anywhere around here. This is going to be a very good level to enter Tau for the next leg downward. And this next leg downward could take us down here. Of course, there's going to be hiccups along the ways because of this support right here, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a very, very good trade. So I'm going to take Tau with a very small position, and then I'm going to hold it as a swing trade. So that's about it, guys. As a summary, I'm looking for a short, but not yet. I want to see BTC push up into the $75,000 mark, and then we see a market structure shift over there, and then we sell. That's the aggressive trade. The more conservative trade is that we see market structure shift, we do not sell, we wait for it to come back into this range, 4-hour close into this range, retest, and then we enter. Or once we see it close in this range, 4-hour close, we just enter. We don't wait for any retest, we put our stop here. So that's how I'm going to be playing the market this week, and we hope for the best. Guys, like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.